Hello.
Hello.
What up?
I don't even
Welcome
know
to the Comic
what
Rewind.
episode are we on?
I don't know. I
Four?
need to upload the other ones.
Is this 4?
What did we watch?
Here.
What did we read last?
Restart. Record.
Before this,
Yeah, what did we read last? Was that
That's
Doctor Strange?
right?
well, we did a nerd podcast in between.
Yeah, we
that I
did
haven't
Nerd, but
posted
it was
yet.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, but I'm saying the last one that
Doctor
we read. So
Strange.
this is episode 4, but the last one that we had read was
No,
the Doctor
the last
Strange.
one we had read,
Was it not Infinity War?
Infinity War. We did after Doctor Strange.
Not Infinity
Oh, it was
War.
like a whack one.
It wasn't Infinity War. It was
no, sorry,
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
Secret
Secret
Wars.
Wars.
All right, so just to catch us up, we've read through Silver Age. We've read through some of the Secret Wars, which is technically like borderline Bronze Era, but we've all decided that all that shit is trash. So we're no longer reading old people shit, and we're only going to read collected story arcs that we know are going to be good. And the first collected story that we read is Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, Torment and Triumph. Collectively, as the pod, we unanimously have that as ranked number 1 so far. Right? And so recently, the last thing that we have gotten into is Daredevil by Frank Miller, but specifically the story that we read is The Man Without Fear. It's a 5-story or 5-issue story arc, right? Have we finished all of it?
Yeah.
Everybody on the pod has read everything.
This
What do
is
we think
more
of the
than
art?
twice. This is more than twice as good than.
More than twice as good.
Yeah, it's not even close
I'm sorry, to which one?
to Torment. Triumph
Triumph
and
and
Torment.
Torment. This
or
is
Tor-
more
Yeah.
I
than
don't-
twice
I
as
don't-
good.
Whoa,
This
no.
is.
I don't
this
agree
is-
with you.
More. Hold
I
on,
think-
wait.
I mean, I'm a Daredevil fan, so this is like
Okay.
my favorite shit.
Okay,
The
first of all,
artwork
let's
is
go
fantastic.
through.
The art's better.
I see. That's where I have to disagree. I'm
Nah,
not a
I-
Romita.
okay,
I'm
well.
not a
Oh, I
John
love it.
Romita Jr. art fan. I like it. It's cool. It works for the story. But like
I
in
think it's great.
comparison to that Roger Stern story and whoever that artist was, I can't get the name. It's not even close. You think this Romita one's better,
Yes.
Austin, art wise?
Yeah.
What about LA?
To me, they're on par with each other, the same. I just
The art?
enjoyed.
You think the
I-
art
I-
is on par?
To me, I don't really pay attention to it as much as the story, and
Wait, are you
I actually enjoyed.
looking at the pictures as you're going through, or are you just
I mean,
going
yeah.
box to box and you're
No,
just
I mean, I'm
moving
looking at the art, and it's cool. I mean, it's not. I'm more of a story
that
guy.
last page.
I
Last page of what?
enjoyed.
That last page of the 5th book. Of him like going through all the different Daredevil costumes as he's jumping off the building.
I mean, the
That's,
concept of the
like
art
one
is
of the
dope.
top.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's
Okay,
great.
I see what you're saying.
That shit's tight as fuck.
That's actually the cover, the wraparound cover of the omnibus. It's a dope drawing. I get it.
I need to buy the omnibus.
It's on sale. Organic priced books.com. I'm not an affiliate, but happy to be.
For all of your comic needs,
yeah.
organic price books.
Organicpricebooks.com.
Code Comic
yeah.
Rewind.
Yeah. Sometimes you get a
Yeah.
better deal on Prime, but the shipping on Prime is extremely horrible, and your book might come
And this
torn.
is this
torn in
omnibus a
half.
hardcover, or is
All
it
omnibuses are hardcovers for Marvel.
okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I looking for this on unless this is just an old paper. A hardcover looks
No,
like
so
hella
basically
expensive.
you'd have to look for Daredevil by Frank Miller Companion Omnibus, and it'll have
Okay.
that. If you want the specific, just the single story arc, you can find that used somewhere, but it's going to be more expensive.
Oh,
you
so
might
this
as well
one
get
for
the Omni.
$75. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, so this has got more than just
Yeah, this
because Man Without
inside
Fear was
the-
his last portion, correct?
Correct. So inside the
Yeah.
companion, you'll also get Love and War, which is also a really great story. I mean, the other stuff
Okay.
is good too, but like Love and War is like it goes on the wall. as far as like greatest, one of Frank Miller's greatest. All right, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
think it's more than twice as good? I need to understand why.
Nah, all right. I might have been a little wild with that. I enjoyed Daredevil a lot. So
I do too. I like him
this
more
was
than
just
as a character
I think
more
this
than Doom and Strange by
yeah,
far.
I thought the writing would like this is something I would read again
Yeah,
over Triumph and Torment. Personally.
I agree. I would agree.
Like it's a much more readable comic. I love the pacing. The art
I
like
agree.
the full page like the full 2-page art like is awesome. Like
You
it
know
just looks
how-
it looks great.
To that point, it's like a really classic album that might be better than a 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying as far as like lyrics go. But Get Rich or Die Trying, you can just replay all the time.
Yeah,
like,
oh yeah.
It never gets old.
That's a very good
not
analogy.
more lyrical than
Oh
you
no,
know,
no.
a Pac
No, it's
album
simple. It's
or
simple,
like,
and it's simple. I know the story,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's a retelling of the origin
Daredevil,
story,
yeah.
but it's perfect.
SJ Dub is extremely angry with you at the moment.
You
No,
know
I'm
why?
not.
It's because Daredevil's white.
And he's got an Asian
I'm
girlfriend.
not. I'm not angry
Yeah,
at it.
he's
I just
got
think,
an Asian bitch.
I think that the writing is definitely better, but I think
Yes.
the art is dramatic. I would say the art's like from Torment and Triumph is like it feels like one level above at least. Like
I agree
artistically,
to that.
color
The art
wise,
There
in
were
that
certain-
is
layout.
so
Yeah.
much
All right.
better.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
not.
there are
yeah, that's
definitely
not.
there are definitely panels from Daredevil that stand out that are like really nice, really surprising. But I feel
Yeah.
like they were more surprising because a lot of the art was like a little underwhelming. So when they had those really dope splash pages, you're like, oh shit, I didn't expect that. Versus Torment and Triumph felt like everything was like felt like it was like a crafted painting. It was like a
You're
every-
right. You're right about that. You're right
Yeah.
about that. There's a lot of simplicity to this.
Right, right.
Certainly. I would agree.
Did you guys think it was gonna? Well, hold on, LA. So which one's better?
I like Doctor Strange and Doom better.
What about it?
It was more intriguing to me. I mean, this was good. You know, it was easy to follow, and it wasn't bad. I don't want, like, I would say it's maybe a 0.1 beneath.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have a lot of shit to rank at some point. So right
Yeah.
now,
So
this is
as of
number
right
2
now,
for you.
I mean, these two are in a different stratosphere. I mean, they're than what we've read. I mean, it's not even close. I personally liked the Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom story.
Does it have anything
for me?
to do with
For
the
me, it
fact
just
that you're
flowed
just
better.
a Doctor Strange fan?
No, because I'm not really a Doctor Strange fan. It's
Yeah, you are.
it was
You're
was just
a Doctor Strange stan.
You simp. You simp.
You 100% are a Doctor Strange fan.
no. I would say Deadpool, but not Doctor Strange. No.
Did you guys think it was gonna be as like gory as it
No.
was going to be?
No.
I didn't remember Daredevil be killing hella people. Like
Yeah.
I remember he beat him
Okay,
up.
well, hold on. Let's talk about that. That's not canon Daredevil.
Oh,
Okay. So like there is a lot of controversy in the nerd space with this Frank Miller story because of that specifically. So a lot of diehard Daredevil fans are like, Daredevil doesn't kill. He don't kill. You know what I mean? Like, but this is the Daredevil this is the first Daredevil origin story that I knew of. So to me, this is like the Daredevil. But I'm also like a diehard Batman fan. So like this is who I know Batman to be as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's freaking Frank Miller.
But compared to the Netflix show, because clearly this is where they got
Well,
it.
real quick, I mean, where do you stand with it?
With what? In comparison to Triumph and Torment?
Yeah.
Well, that was my comparison to music albums, right? Like, I think, for example, Triumph and Torment goes into the categories of like a Nas Illmatic album or like listening to a Pac All Eyes on Me. Like I want to hear him talk, right? But I'm not playing that as like on repeat over and over again, right? I'm not going back to Illmatic maybe because there's dope beats behind it, but like when you think about lyrical miracle people, like I'm not listening to M or MF Doom
Right.
every single time because there's too much going on.
Right. I
Right?
see
Like
what you
there's
mean.
only so many Roots Black Thought albums or songs that I can listen to because all the other stuff is just I gotta actually sit down and pay attention.
Mhm.
Right? This is Snoop Dogg Gin and Juice. This is Regulators, like Frank Miller shit. Like this is like you can go back to it every time and it'll
And be entertained.
yeah. So if I have to rank it, honestly, I mean that's tough. Like the comic side of me, like as a comic fan, I'm going Frank Miller. But if I'm talking about like a piece of art, then it would be Triumph and Torment first. Because Triumph and Torment is like front to back, it's meant for an adult. You know what I mean? Like it was written for you to like actually submerge into the story. I think this one here has a little bit of a casualness to it because of all the action that it entails. Like Triumph and Torment, there's only like 4 pages of action. Everything else is a story.
Yeah. I think that's why I liked it. It was intense. You know, it was a page turner. Like this was entertaining for me. You know, that's a good way to put it. You know, it's something that's like it'd be equivalent for me like a popcorn movie. You know, something that I enjoy watching. You know,
This
you can
is
just
this is like watching Deadpool.
yeah,
to me.
it is. You know,
Right? Like reading this
yeah.
is like watching Deadpool.
right?
But we all watched Daredevil on Netflix. That's literally Frank Miller's Daredevil.
Yeah.
But Austin, you've always said that I hated that show only because they made him hella crybaby. Like this guy's a fucking G in here.
Yeah.
I mean, the Electra part, like,
Do you see what I'm saying? Like he's a gangster, dude. Like, and they
Yeah.
made this dude hella crybaby for the TV show. That's why I hated it.
I mean, I see your point, but like, yeah, they could have toned it up a little bit in the Netflix thing, but
Or just not make him like make him like hardened. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like make him this dude. Right? Like
So I didn't watch the Netflix one. So is
Wait,
that the
what?
same?
oh, you didn't. Oh,
you've
that's the
never
best-
seen Netflix
That's
Daredevil?
the best Marvel anything.
No.
That shit is good, dude.
So
It's the
that's
best
the one.
Marvel. It's the
no,
best Marvel
Punisher's
TV
better.
show.
Punisher's better.
But they're all together to me. Like
Okay,
those
fine.
those are together.
So the actor
Fine.
that played in the Netflix version was the one that was in the MCU Spider-Man.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think he's a bad cast. I think that they just wrote his character to be too soft, is what I'm saying. Like his angry side in that show aligns with this story, but the rest of it, like, that fool's
They
hella
got
woe is
Stick
me.
casting perfect, Electra casting perfect.
Yeah,
Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin is perfect.
yeah. This was a good story.
Yeah, I would definitely go watch that Netflix show. Well, I mean,
I'll
it's
check it
on
out.
Disney Plus now. I don't think it's on Netflix anymore.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah.
I mean, was it pretty well rated?
Yeah.
It was good, dude.
It was the first of all of the Netflix. Like this is what started, like, technically
the TV show stuff.
this is what started Marvel Studios.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like besides
How old is the show? It's like when did it come
5
out? 2005. So
No, 5 years. No,
No, wow, a long time ago.
7 years.
wait, this started the what? The Marvel Studios?
Like their TV.
Oh, the
Their
TV
TV
side.
yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
TV side.
Okay.
The
TV.
television
They weren't
shows.
doing
Yeah.
TV anything.
Oh, okay. I
It was
see.
all feature films, you know?
I got you.
So this was pre Disney Plus. So
Yeah.
like they had the
This
idea
was a Netflix.
to come out with TV shows, and then they started doing this. So they did Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage.
Street level stuff.
Yeah, it's all
Well, let's-
they all
most-
join up and become the Defenders.
Most of
with,
the heroes we like are street level people. Let's be honest about it. Marvel movies is what's fucking it up, making it seem like everything's supposed to be this Superman-esque character. Like most heroes are. Spider-Man is a street level character, right? Like they're all Wolverine is a street level character. Deadpool is a street level character. Like most people that we like are street level. It's just the MCU made it all aliens coming in, like because they brought in Thanos. Like Thanos don't even touch Earth in like 90% of comics.
Yeah, this came out in 2015.
Oh damn! It's almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
All right. So do we
Yeah,
want to continue with some Daredevil run, or do we want to move on, or what?
I kind of want to go to Moon Knight personally. If you got a run on Moon Knight to go through.
There is one story of Moon Knight that is not bad. I don't know that I'd put it into the same category as this. Moon Knight doesn't have like a retelling of an origin story. There is the one that I would recommend is, if you guys can, this one's going to take us a couple of episodes though, but it's Moon Knight by Lemire. I think I told you guys this already. So Moon Knight by Lemire, and Smallwood. Pause.
Okay.
But so there's that, and then there's also a story. I think I gotta Google it. I think it's Moon Knight, Night of the Werewolf, or something like that. Moon Knight.
The Moon Knight by Lemire and Smallwood is rated pretty high on Amazon.
Is it? I mean, it's a very good.
But they really didn't get into Jake Lockley in the show at all until the end.
So there's the one that I just mentioned, the Moon Knight, Lemire, and Smallwood, and one other person. And then there's the actual story, Werewolf by Night, which is like the OG storyline.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
That's like OG shit. So I don't know if we actually want to do that since we just shitted on back in the day. So I would recommend Lemire if you guys are open to reading.
Werewolf by
like
Night 32, I believe. I have like multiple copies of that shit.
Of which one?
The facsimile though, of Werewolf by Night 32.
Yeah, it's super old. Basically, it's just because Moon Knight didn't start in Moon Knight, right? Like he started in a different issue or a different comic book series, and basically, Werewolf by Night or whatever loops everything back together and creates his own line of comics.
Speaking of which, have you guys watched that?
What?
On Disney, Werewolf by Night, they did like a one shot.
Is it
I did
good?
not.
Yeah, it's really good.
Really?
I really liked it. Yeah, it got really good reviews. It was like a special presentation. It's like an hour long.
And it's a Moon Knight story?
No, it's just it's called Werewolf by Night.
But it's not a... Oh, I see. It's the werewolf story. Got it.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
Wait, are you guys? Are you two? I obviously not SD, but are you guys Batman fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys like big Batman fans, or
No.
just like you like
Like
Batman?
I
in
haven't
general?
read any Batman comics, but I love Batman.
Batman
Yeah.
is the greatest character of all time.
Yeah, Batman's great.
I would love at some point to be able to read with you guys The Dark Knight Returns. That might be one of my.
I'm down
Let's-
to do.
let's
Like,
do
where
that.
can
Really?
where can we read that?
I like
I'm
it a
gonna
lot.
change. I'm gonna change your mind on. Don't get me wrong. It's a great story, but I will change your mind on the best Batman story. Like easy.
Is it
There's
the
so
Killing
many
Joke?
ones that are better than
oh,
that.
I
heard
have
Flashpoint
that.
is dope.
I have
Flashpoint's
a.
not a Batman story.
What,
Flashpoint
what,
I feel
what
like
is
I
it?
have Dark Knight Returns
Oh.
something in a like a omnibus type thing.
Like
What's
I
the
recognize
what's the
that
one
cover.
where his dad?
that's
is-
Flashpoint, but that's not a Batman story. That's a Flash
Oh, okay.
story, and that's a
Well-
different That's a different world. So it doesn't. It's not.
Thankfully,
okay.
we're not a Marvel only podcast, so I'm down. Where can I read that stuff? That like
I can
There's
download
no.
it.
Well, that's
I
what I
mean,
was
okay.
asking. I was asking SJ.
Yeah, does DC have a?
Yeah, they have an app.
Oh, they have an app.
Yeah, but I don't need that. We can. I mean, you guys can get it.
I can get it for you guys.
SJ can
Yeah,
probably
send
get the printouts, and then
I'm
can
fairly certain I have that on.
Batman stories. Like, what I would love to do
Somewhere.
is have you read these Batman stories, and then you tell me who's better between Daredevil and Batman, or Moon Knight and Batman. Like all of these fucking copies of Batman. Which, whatever, it is what it is.
Is this
But-
Frank Miller? Dark
Which
Knight
one?
Returns.
That's
Yeah,
a
it
Frank
is.
Miller story, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
okay.
the Long Halloween to me is better than
Long
the Dark Knight
Halloween is good, too.
Returns.
I mean, I'm down to do Dark Knight Returns just because that's like a.
Court of
that
Owls,
seems to be
like a more modern story by Snyder, is better than Dark Knight. Dark Knight Returns is classic, like by hands down one of the most classic stories of all time. But, as far as a Batman story goes,
Did you want to read it in chronological order? Not
I'd
chronological.
be happy to do that. We could do
Not
that too.
chronological, written wise, but I mean in
No,
terms of
of the
story. 'Cause
events.
The Dark Knight Returns kind of
Later, it's the most future story that you can get to
right.
before you get into Batman Beyond. But yeah, like the Long Halloween, like the Man Who Laughs is a better story than that. I think the Killing Joke's a better story than that.
What about year one?
I've heard a lot about the Killing Joke.
Year One is a great origin story. So Daredevil. So you just read Frank Miller's origin story, but there is a Daredevil story called Yellow by Jeff Loeb, which is essentially a year one story of Daredevil, right? So basically, Daredevil becomes Daredevil. He's going to wear the yellow suit, and Jeff Loeb tells a story titled Yellow of him, like, figuring out how to be Daredevil, which is a cool story. It's not as good as the Frank Miller one, but it's a cool, like, after origin if you wanted to read that. But Batman's year one is essentially that.
Okay.
And year one to me is also better than, like, the Frank Miller story. I don't like when they make Batman like super invincible. Right? The Batman stories that I like the most are when he's actually Detective Batman. Like when he's actually using his brain to solve a problem, right? Maybe there's some action and shit, but like when he's fighting the street level characters, like when he's dealing with the fucking mafia, that's like my favorite Batman. But it's like fighting Superman to me is the most annoying and waste of a character of all time. Like, why does he exist? He's supposed to be the
OP?
strongest fucking. Yeah, he is. He technically is supposed to be OP, but he never gets anything done. It's fucking retarded. Like, why does he lose so many times? Like, he's been alive forever and he still can't figure out how to just detect the green rock. Like, come on, dude. Like, you got Batman who's your homie. He's supposed to be the smartest guy in the world. Like, tell him to find some, build the detector for you. You know what I'm saying?
Is he-
like, what are you talking
Is he smarter than Reed Richards?
Who, Batman?
Yeah.
No.
Who's on
Batman
Reed
is
Richards' level in the DC universe?
Well,
The T guy, Mr. Terrific, is that dude?
yeah, like, because then you're talking about, like, science type shit. While Batman is not as smart, he seems to always know how to do everything, so I guess maybe
Yeah.
he is.
So him and the Robert Downey Jr. version of Iron Man are on par with each
It's
other.
different. It's different. He's
different.
more like
He's
I think
strategic.
his capacity for intelligence is probably not as high capped, but he's more sneaky, so he's thinking in different ways that maybe someone who's more intelligent wouldn't think.
Yeah, and
that
he's
way, if
more
that makes sense.
resourceful. The whole thing with Batman is there's a ongoing debate for decades now. Is there somebody that Batman can't beat given unlimited planning time? Like, you can Google this, right? Like, there's Reddit arguments about this, YouTube argument. Like if Bruce Wayne Batman had unlimited planning time, what character in any world would he not be able to be? Because that's his deal. Is like he's like strategic and resourceful and able to figure it out. Like the JLA story, the Justice League story, Tower of Babylon, Tower of Babel, or something like that. It's not a Batman story, but it basically is. He takes out the entire Justice League.
And they're all
But-
like horrified.
We can go to Batman all day. I would love to go read Batman.
I'm good with that.
But anyways, our Daredevil talk is over. We are ranked. SJW, you said you're putting this at number 1.
No.
You're putting Tribe of Torment.
No. Okay, you're right. No. Daredevil is definitely number 1 overall because I care more about story than art if I have to read it for a long period of time. Like for a graphic novel, story is more important.
Wait, so
and the
you're
story
saying that
absorbs-
this Frank Miller Man Without Fear story is better than Triumph and Torment story?
I think so. I think maybe not the story itself, but I think the writing, the beats, the way it's written, I think I enjoy it more. The Triumph and Torment feels like long in some places, and it's like twiddling its thumbs a little, trying to build like.
Yeah.
I don't really care for that kind of stuff.
All right. So I think we're three people here are putting Frank Miller on top. LA is putting Triumph and Torment on top.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next one's going to be Moon Knight. This one's going to be a long read, so it might take us a couple of. So we'll break it in half.
Which one was it?
It's It's called Moon Knight. Literally just called Moon Knight by Lemire, Smallwood, and Belair. And it's, I think, like a 12 or 13 series read. But it's a modern story, so it's an easy read. It's like it'll feel like you're reading this Daredevil one. It's actually less words.
Okay, yeah, I found it. Yeah. Okay. Came out in 2016.
But it's not. It covers origin a little bit, but the story is really to get you into the mind of Moon Knight is the goal. It's not about him fighting crime and shit, right? Like if you want a Moon Knight going out there beating people up, that's a different. We got to read different shit for that. But this is like a good character introduction, is why I'm picking it.
Okay.
Especially because everybody knows a little bit about Moon Knight already, right? Like, I'm assuming we have all seen some episodes of Moon Knight on Disney.
Did you guys hear about the possible casting of Dormammu in the next Doctor Strange?
It says the
Prove it.
non-Doctor Strange Stan.
Yeah, what?
No,
You're
no,
total-
it's not.
You're a
no,
total Doctor Strange Stan.
no, I'm not. It's more about who was cast. It's
Who's
Denzel.
cast? Who? Denzel
Yeah, that's why I paid attention to it.
as Dorum. What?
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Interesting.
But I mean, like, I guess it because he has no face. So
Yeah,
he's just gonna be CGI'd?
Doctor Strange ain't got
I
shit
don't know.
on me.
But that's not racist that they're picking a black guy and setting him on fire? Because that's what Dormammu is basically. All right, that was the.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is that a
That's a bad
Good.
cast. It's a bad cast. I don't
That's
see.
a weird cast.
I don't
Really weird.
see him playing a good evil sorcerer bad guy. Right? Like I actually don't see Denzel as any Marvel character at all.
He could have played
Don't say Green
King
Lantern.
T'Chaka.
Oh, that's not a Marvel character.
I mean,
That's
in
not
the movie.
No,
MCU
it's not
character.
That's not a Marvel actual character. Like I don't see him being casted as an actual superhero in any category. Oh, did you guys see that thing that I put on WhatsApp?
I'm gonna stop it for now. See y'all next time.